Hello, 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 and welcome to a live stream of the Brew Barons, which we were having some good fun with last time, and I figured I'd continue with this time. And I'm starting to get the hang of this game. Let's go for continue. See what happens. So I was doing a bit more playing of this game since I last streamed it a couple of days ago, and I feel as though, first of all, it's quite a solid sort of combination of arcadey and flight sim sensibilities in terms of how the flying is controlled. And one of the things which I hadn't fully grasped was actually the use of, so on the flight stick that I have on the Sidewinder, there is a little actually I think it's probably 6-way toggle here, which often is used for looking around inside the cockpit or changing camera angle as opposed to maneuvering the vehicle. And what I was finding was that actually when I tried to do that, the view would just erratically flip, like really quickly in extremes, and it'd be actually quite unplayable. But actually the trick is not to be maneuvering the vehicle as you are doing that, otherwise it does freak out for some reason. Anyway, we have a contract in the works. We're going to go and collect some sweet weed. It's like a seaweed, but it's apparently useful for making whiskey. And let's see, do we need to refuel? Probably do need to refuel, actually. There we go. And exit. Let's see if we can get some whiskey. Now, collecting this sweet weed is interesting because you've got to use your water bomb on the seaweed that's below the surface of the water, and then fly in low to actually collect it, to actually get your hands on it. First of all, you got to find where it is, and thankfully I have. No, it's in the bay near to that church over there. That church spire, which actually is a really great landmark. It's almost ridiculously tall if you actually look at how tall that spire is compared to, say, the Riviera just down there in front of us. But the bay over here is where we're going to find some lovely seaweed. So, yeah, apparently according to the contracts we have in game, 8 days to distill this whiskey, and that's going to start. Let's see. I think here there is some. Yep. Let's let the water bombs fall. And see if we can get this other section here as well. Well, there should be some. There we go. Now, did we release any? Oh, we didn't. Okay. Right. Let's try again. Go for water boost. Up past this ridiculously tall church. But as I say, it is a very useful landmark.
Reach 500 meters.
Now then. Are we going to... Oh, we haven't. Interesting. Okay, well, more water bombs it is then. That should hopefully... Surely... Oh, no, 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 no. Come on, straighten out. Don't want to stall the engine. Do some more water bombing here. Water boost, and let's turn around, see what we've got. Come on, let's have some seaweed. Hello, Cylon. Hello. There we go. There we go. So obviously we don't want to crash in the water, but we do want to pick up all the sweet weed. So that's 5. It looks like we're probably going to have more look elsewhere. But it took me a little while to find that, actually. It's a terrible greeting. Apologies. No, it's okay. I was basically ready for it. That's the only place, though, that I've found where they actually have this the seaweed. So, because I keep an eye out. Also need to refill our water as well to fly nice and low. Go. So if we fly around this, the other island, maybe we'll see some more. Detail is hard to see in the night time. Yeah, what I'll do is next time I get a chance to land, I'll rest the character, and that should mean that we get some daylight. But yeah, so if I don't steer the plane, I can actually more accurately control, whoop, he says, the camera. There you go. The little taps, and it comes, which is good, because it was getting a little bit difficult to look around. But basically what we're looking for is, yeah, seaweed growing by the beach. But again, it might even be too dark to see it, actually, on screen. Never mind on stream. Maybe nighttime flying isn't good. Oh, there's a bit of deep water here. Is going to be anything? Oh, yes. Yes, there we are. Okay, cool. So...
I spotted something. It's over there.
Oh, you did spot something. Okay, let's see if we can pick that up. Land relatively flat.
Smooth landing there.
Thank you. Thank you. Also, I don't want to skid and crash the plane. But I might be able to rest at this bottle, which would be good. Okay, slow to 0. Oh no, it's not letting me rest of the. It's just a recipe. Okay. Rats. Okay, well, let's get back up in the air. Try and water bomb this seaweed.
Pilot check. You're slightly fatigued.
Oh wow, I don't know why why the plane flipped like that. Okay, can we... Can't work. Every British farming reality TV show has one family in Scotland who wants to harvest seaweed. Yeah. They'll be wearing blue knitted jumpers all the time as well. Come on. No? Come on, that's got to have got some seaweed. Okay, let's try another loop-the-loop. If it flips me over again, I won't be happy. Yeah, why is it doing that? Oh, I think it's doing it because I upgraded the aeroplane's body so that it does this turn a little bit more easily. That might be what's going on. Oh, I don't like that then, if that's what the upgrade does. Because it just instantly flips you upside down. I find it a bit disconcerting, actually. Anyway, I'm doing the loops in the middle of the night. I haven't got any seaweed yet. Sea salt as well. I seem to recall that there was a Hairy Bikers episode where they were trying out salted caramel chocolate. No, sorry, salted dark chocolate. That is a favourite of President Barack Obama's, apparently. For some reason, McDonald's wasn't good enough for him to thrive on in the White House. Okay, that's 10. 10. I think I know what I'm doing wrong. Although I need to... That's what's it. I've changed the body of the aircraft, and now it's handling very differently. I was thinking that the steering was weird compared to what it had been. And it is. That's because the body is different. Right, okay, I need to change it back, because I think I prefer the other. Come on, seaweed. Ah, for crying out loud. Ooh, that does sound nice, actually. Using those things as the I forgot what they is it. I mean, obviously herbs is part of it, but the yeah, the flavour, the smell, the botanicals. That's it. That's the word they use. The botanicals. Right, this is just annoying now. I'm going to go back, change my plane. Plus the pilot's is getting a bit tired anyway. Oh, have you tried it? Nice. Alright, gonna come in for a landing. This is a bit of a steep angle, but... Come on, pull up, pull up, pull up. Ah, careful, careful. That'll do, that'll do. Yeah, I changed the body, and I didn't like it. It's not the pontoons, not the engine. It must be the fuselage. I think I prefer the budget frame. Compact frame. Boost power. Yeah. Maybe what else could I have changed? Propeller, no. Engine, no. Wings, no. It was the fuselage. Too dark in here too. Oh, crikey. It's not looking overly dark on the stream preview. Yeah, I'm going to go back to the budget frame. Even though it's going to cost me money to do that. Yeah. Yeah. Let's get back out there and see if... oh, no, I wanted to rest. Can we rest here? Rest, there we go. Rest for... It is... What time is it? 4:24 a.m. So let's rest for 6 hours. And then hopefully... Hello, Lord Engine, hello. Right.
Hi, dear. I just wanted to remind you to wrap up and stay warm. You might catch a chill.
See if this plane is how I remember it. Much better. Good, good. Yeah, that's much more like how I remember it. I've got to bear that in mind when I change the plane. It handles differently, which is cool, actually. Right, let's go back for some of that seaweed. Yes, still using the joystick. Very much enjoying it. Hello, Nolan. Hello. Right, come on. Show me some seaweed. Can't see it there. Okay, let's try a loop-the-loop in this plane, in this version of the plane. No, it flips again. I wonder what's going on. Has there been a patch or an update or something? So we just need to make 27 units of whiskey using the sweet weed, but we do need to have a significant proportion of the 100 units that you brew be the seaweed itself. Oh, there's a shipwreck. Let's go in for the shipwreck, shall we? Let's take a look at that. Oh, where'd it go? There it is. Double pepper burger. Nice. No apples on yon Ghibli trees. Well, I could get apples while I'm up in the air, I guess. But yes, I've actually got to a point now where I'm actually running a profit. Like, shock horror. So now we can salvage small boxes. Thankfully, there are some small boxes here. Control and shift are up and down on the winch. And this is meant to be a sea anchor, which apparently you can upgrade the motor for. In order to... Oh, no, that didn't quite work. Oh, wow. A little sort of underwater vortex. Took away my... There we go, that's one thing. What was I going to say? Recipe honey breeze mead. Ooh. Apple cider punch. Okay, cool. Oh, well, actually, we haven't come across any pirates yet. It's going to be interesting when we do. Okay. Control down. Let's see, can we get this hook? No, not quite. Oh, not quite. Almost. Two of the most annoying people you know are full-time pirate LARPers. Full-time? How do you manage that? No, no. Okay, good, good. The vortex didn't knock the box off the hook. That would have been irritating. Grapple rum. Fair enough. Beach honey rum. Nice. There's a whole gaggle of them in Portland. Charging people money to go, arr! Arr, my hearties, arr! Yep. Alright, let's see. Down, 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 down. Oh, oh, interesting. It's quite hard to know what... oh, that might actually be good. Will that stay on? No, no, it won't stay on. To know where the hook is. Where's the hook? Oh, no, okay. It needs to be underneath. Underneath. There we go, there we go. Ah! It's like one of those crane games. Thankfully, though, less rigged. Not quite, not quite. The claw. We have been chosen. There we go, there we go. I think I slightly broke the physics of the game there, and it just let me just somehow hook in a place that I don't think I could have done. The hook kind of went past through the corner of the crate. I think it was just like, we'll give you it. We pity you. Okay. Don't need to rest. Don't need to swap pilots. We do, though, need to find some seaweed. So, ignition. Engine is at full. Oh. Okay. So I started it with the engine at full by accident. There we go. And away. Yeah. Well, I think it's because the engine probably is the cheapest engine as well. You know, remember when they first got this plane, it was you know, had rust holes in the fuselage. Oop. I did not mean to do that. Okay, let's see. Seaweed. I cannot see any seaweed there. There we go. Flippin' seaweed. Have that.
Fuel check 3/4 full.
Yeah, thank you. Come on, let there be some loose seaweed. No? Yeah, my back once went when I was trying to pick up some chainmail armor. Hang on a second, I'm completely turned around now, aren't I? I am. Where was this? I think the seaweed was over here. Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay. And it's never been quite the same since, actually. Come on, seaweed. Come on. The beautiful weed of sea. Do a water boost. Okay, come on. Okay, there's 3. There's a lot of work that goes into harvesting this seaweed. Okay, down we go. He's going for another bombing run, I think. Interestingly, they don't fall actually where you drop them. They fall. There's like a black circular reticule right at the bottom of the screen there. And it's not quite right. I have seen on a couple of the forums in the past couple of days about this game, people complaining that actually, in their opinion, the bombing needs to be fixed. Because it's not quite where you drop. Exactly, the nori must flow. It's going to flip again. Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that. I have to look into that as well, actually. Okay. So now we have 29 seaweed. Still not enough. Still not enough. I'm not a fan of that, but I'm just going to have to keep on... Just put up with it until I can figure out if there's been a patch or something. There we go. $34 seaweed. Still not enough. Interestingly, you can crash into trees, even though you're meant to fly very close to them to harvest things like apples. And also vine grapes, apparently. You can, I have discovered, snap a wing on a tree. Okay, that's one more. Now then, we do have some more seaweed, which is here and just there to the left. So if we can just get some of these guys, that would be grand. Hopefully that's got some of it.
Pilot check. You're slightly fatigued.
Yeah, there you go. That did get some of it. I am slightly fatigued, but this whiskey ain't going to brew itself. Ain't going to distill itself, sorry. I'll drop some more. 45 seaweed. That's definitely getting better. Strap-on underwear. Do not search that. Yeah, I can see that being an issue. What about suspended underwear? Something like that. I don't know. Keep on just not quite seeing the seaweed until my reticule is far ahead of it, which is just a little bit annoying. Maybe I'm just too low to the water. For it to be effective. Maybe we need to be higher up. Let's try that actually. Increase our altitude.
We've reached 500 meters.
Well, we've reached 700 meters actually. Oh, this is going to be too high to see anything, isn't it? Oh, actually, no. So yeah, okay, guys. I'm not. I don't necessarily want to start any arguments in. Although I think people will actually argue about who to agree with, but or rather who to support. But why isn't Biden's performance ringing alarm bells for some of you? Because that debate looked terrible in terms of both candidates, but at the very least, Trump had the guile and the presence of mind to let Biden look as fragile as he did. Because we know he's like that. Yeah, but it really wasn't good. It really wasn't a good look. I mean, what's the guy going to be like in 4 or 5 years' time? What about either of them going to be like in 4 or 5 years' time? Right, this is actually quite good for tight manoeuvring, though. These seaweed attempts. How fit is your king and formerly your queen? The king and queen don't run the military, Nolan. That's got nothing to do with it. The king and queen can't launch a nuclear strike. King and queen aren't in meetings negotiating with everyone from dictators to running global economies, you know. Yeah. It is a massive family fight, I can imagine. Biden isn't all that feeble. He just let Trump run his mouth and CNN's format didn't help. Okay. I know look, don't get angry with me, guys. I'm just saying, at times he was very confused, Nolan. I'm not saying that the president can't be old. I'm not saying a head of state can't be old. But it is scary, as Cylon says. It is a bit unnerving. When it's having good and bad days now, we'll see more of the bad and we'll end up with it potentially. And that's the thing. Do we really want someone who's having those bad days? You know. Yeah, Biden is old as yeah, he is old as fuck. So it's just that's all. That's the only reason why I think people are using the phrase "game changer." Typically, no one wants. Yeah. It does sound as though, again, Biden isn't necessarily getting the best advice on that either. Because perception is a lot, you know. The optics, as they say. Exactly, Trump is worse, but also at the same time, I can say, oddly enough, despite being a narcissistic arsehole, he actually had the wherewithal in that debate just to shut up and let Biden talk at times. It's like yeah, anyway. It is insane. It's genuinely insane, the choice that you guys are facing. I don't envy you at all. At least here the choice has become more clearer and clearer as time has gone on, to the point where most people can't deny that we need some sort of change, you know. The ego and the entitlement to decide to run again 81 is very telling. Yeah, I mean, that there has to be ego there, even though he's a relatively nice guy. Or seems to be, you know, he puts out the nice guy energy, doesn't he? And the responsible politician civil servant. He was talking about how he was the youngest congressman and now he's the oldest serving president. You know, of course, everybody they've all got to have ego. They've got to have ego, for goodness sake, got to. But yeah. Anyway, inventory, transfer all. There we go. So, we got 68 seaweed. That could be enough. That could be enough. If we go to our brewery, see if we can make this happen. He does appear to be a good man. He appears to be a conscientious man. But this is why I'm astonished that he hasn't said during his 4 years caretaker presidency, okay, we need to we need to get another candidate in play for the good of the republic. You need seaweed to make. Apparently, that's what the order is: seaweed, sweetweed, seaweed whiskey. So, the anti-rant video I posted. I didn't actually. No. I shall take a look after we're done. I mean, what's going to go well with? Would wispy wheat work? Because wispy wheat is something that you find in the air, but there's only 16 of those. Honey, no. Sounded like Nshitigatwa. Honey, no. If we just go for, let's see, contracts, pin recipe. You see, it just says sweet weed, whiskey. So I guess it's going to have to be the it's going to have to be the prickly wheat to make up the difference. Okay. Now then, he wants maximum 17 ABV. There we go. No, that's too much. Too much. Oh, no. Can we try again? Can we unmix this? Oh no. Ah. If we just sort of leave, can we? No, we can't leave. Oh no, no! After gathering all that. Okay, at the very least, we'll know if it makes if it makes whiskey, and if it does make whiskey, then we can sell it in the bar. It'll be fine. There you go. It does make whiskey. Ferment and distill. Okay. It'll be fine. Sure, it'll be grand. Stringy weed whiskey. Yeah. 0 stars. No one escapes it. Do you know? Yeah, the whole save scumming thing. I have a lot of sympathy for that. I really do. There we go. Put a whiskey in that. Let's change the cork. Should put it in. Give it a proper cheapo top. Oh, I could give it a skull top. Yeah, go on then. Yeah. Looks like poison. I think it... You know what? It does. It does. All right. Thankfully, we've got a few days left on the contract, so it'll be fine. My products, yeah. Upgrades. Oh, you can upgrade these. Get this area. Grants 15% value bonus on all. Oh, that's cool to know. But anyway, we don't want to do that just yet. Inventory. Let's transfer that to bar. 29 of it anyway to the bar. we go and have a look at the bar? In Space Quest 1, they literally expect you to save scum to win. Interesting. Oh, there's a guy over there. He doesn't look happy. Patron gossip. I thought I'd try something new, but I'm regretting it now. I'll never drink goopy ivy wine again. No, I wouldn't drink goopy ivy wine either, to be fair. But it's just what we had available. I'm sorry. Oh dear. Go back to the hangar. What time is it now? It's 3 a.m. That guy's drinking rubbish alcohol upstairs. Let's see if we can change pilot. Excuse me. And what I'm going to do is let's see if we can rest him for 5 hours. There we go. Let's try this pilot. Let's get out there. Let's get out there.
I know you're busy saving the day.
And find some seaweed.
I'll wait.
Damn it. Also, I don't know how on earth to contact her mum. I'm sure it'll turn up. Whew. They call me Mr. GHB. Or GBH. Interesting. He looks like he drugs women's drinks. He looks a bit dodgy. Actually, I found him in a bar. I sort of recruited him. Marin. But, you know, this is a game where you fly around brewing and then going to bars. So, I guess it was inevitable. We're going to pick up some pilots. Oh, there we go. There's some seaweed. Yes. Let's get that. Get that money. Okay, can we... Now you can actually change perspective. You can fly like that, which is horrifying. I mean, at the very least, you can look around with your... Yeah, don't like it. You can fly purely on instruments, I'm guessing. Or, yeah. I think I prefer this, because at least I can see what the plane is actually doing. Right. See if we can get more seaweed on the way over. Oh, we can. We can. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Water boost that way. So I reckon as long as we have 50 odd seaweed at least. Oh, that'd be nice to have more than that. And then some prickly wheat, then we'll be good. I can't believe I messed up the alcohol content. Oh, I'm carrying some of the stringy weed whiskey with me. Ugh. They technically drug at women's... Well, that's true. Alcohol is a drug, kids. Let's refill our water tank. Woohoo! Do not want to crash the plane. I do not want to crash the plane. I do not want to crash the plane. That is my mantra, and I'm sticking to it. Let's pick up Okay, 16. Can't preset the East amount. No, you have to. It's a bit like a golf swing in golfing computer games where you have to sort of almost charge a
Fuel check.
of the scoop. $25 sweet weed. Okay. Let's go for more bombing. It must be kind of alarming. Do a barrel roll. Kind of alarming living on these islands. Oh, I see what it's doing. It's sort of flipping the camera for you. But I'm not sure I like that effect. Anyway. Because the effect is that you flip the plane instantly. I shall do a barrel roll, though. There we go. Woohoo! Interestingly, some of the pilots will get sick if you do too many weird maneuvers. Which is fair enough. It's understandable. I can do a barrel roll the other way. Woo! This is why I love using these controls, actually. The mouse controls are much more like you point and the plane goes over there in that direction in sort of the way that makes the most sense. It means that you can't do, so flying over there, it makes sense to a certain extent, but then doing a barrel roll as you do it is something that doesn't happen with the mouse controls alone. So I much prefer the use of the stick here. And actually, that's the thing that finally made me get it. I mean, yes, it was on sale, but also when I saw that it had flight stick control support, I was sold. Sold to the man with the flight stick controller. There we go. There we go. Come here, you. Whoa. Where are we? Ah! No. That wasn't, that was not nearly good enough. Ah. Oh, there it is. I don't know. I'm going to just have to land, aren't I, and get this last stuff. Oh no, I can't land there. Alright, speed up again. Well, I could have landed there, but it would have meant water pontooning all the way around again. The environment seems very Aegean. Yeah, exactly, and that's where the inspiration for the game Porco Rosso is based. Yeah, the Aegean to the, I think to the east of Italy. Well, which of course the Aegean is to the east of Italy, but in the case of Porco Rosso, he's an Italian pig man. I wonder if you could fit your plane with a oh, what are they called? With the howlers. So when you go into a dive, you're the and people would just be looking up, horrified. There we go. There we go. Okay, that's 55. That's not bad. Let's see if we can find some more. And while we're at it, let's get some prickly wheat. I quite like watching Porco Rosso, actually. It's one of the films that I would like at some point on Soups IV to make a little truck nuts for biplane. I'd like to make a not so much in a review, but a little sort of essay about, because the relationship between the man and his curse and his military service is interesting, and it sort of reflects obviously how he oh, the seaweed right there just flew over it. I'm still flying over some. Okay, all right, I see what I'm doing now. Okay, let's go up and over and do an instant barrel roll. There we go. That's what we want to do. And woo! There we are. $70 sweet weed. Nice. Dexter, yes, I've started watching that. I had already seen, I think, probably the first season before at some point. And I recently just finished watching the first season again. And I really like it. I really very much like it. What's interesting about him, though, and his portrayal, is that actually he... a lot of how he thinks and what he talks about is relatable to various sort of neurodivergencies as well. So I think there are aspects of obsessive compulsion, of social awkwardness, of course, which comes from, not relating to the rest of the people. It levels out Earth. Yeah, I think it does, doesn't it? Yeah. Which is fine, but I just find it a little bit... I don't know why, but it wasn't doing that the first... I don't think it was doing it the first time I played it. Ooh. There we go. They make her less of a parody. Makes you feel better about your social anxiety. I can imagine that. Yeah. I think there are some similar effects for me at times. Although obviously, I don't often actually plan to and then carry out murders. Thankfully. Or there'd be several people who wouldn't still be here. There's pesky empathy, eh? So you say. Yeah, so I say. You'll never know. No, it's interesting. I'm obviously with some of my some of my my childhood history, I have at times actually hoped and wanted to to to, ah to not feel things in quite so hard as I have done actually in my life. But it doesn't work like that. As far as I can tell, one of the key aspects of being that sort of actual psychopath is actually also brain injury. You have to have had a frontal lobe incident, in addition to some of the unfortunate factors such as your home life as a child and so on and so forth. And so, yeah, you have to be sort of doubly unfortunate, I think, for that to happen to you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Especially feel the revenge element of it. Yeah. And that's the thing I think that makes it bearable is that, bearable. That's just to see him as an anti-hero, is that he is, in a twisted sort of way, justified. And his father is very patient with him. Yeah. Okay. Come on. Careful. Oh, it's okay.
Stat report.
Moderate damage. That's fine. The plane isn't wrecked.
Good. The plane is pretty damaged.
Damaged is not wrecked. That's fine. It's fine. Yes, I think it is an unrealistic picture of psychopathy, especially apparently. His delivery is excellent, you're right. But also apparently after season 4, supposedly the character, the writing drifts more and more into something which feels like somewhat, he starts to have a capacity for feelings that he never previously had. That said, though, apparently in season 8, they sort of wrap up the show in a really interesting way. They kind of finally put him in his nightmare scenarios in terms of risk of capture, etc., loss of liberty. So yeah, I'm looking forward to making my way through it. Plus, as well, it's a show that I can watch and I don't have to wait for Mrs. Soup. There's so many shows that I start watching and I'm like, yes, I can watch this. When she goes to bed, I can just stay up for a couple of hours, get a couple of episodes in. I don't have to worry about being ahead of her. And then I'll go, oh, bugger, she'll really like this. So we end up watching another show together. But this one, I think she would like, but I think she saw enough of it to know that she wasn't going to miss not seeing everything of the show, you see. Husband didn't like it at all, but liked Weeds, which I didn't care for. Weeds? Oh, I don't think I've seen that. Contracts, let's just double check our AA. Come on now. Oh no, where's the... Let me see the contract. Can we remember the alcohol? Can we remember the alcohol content that I needed to get? Because it's asking me to add yeast, but I can't remember the alcohol. Was it 17? I think it was 17. Why won't it let me look at the alcohol? Probably because I'm in the middle of mixing. It was 17? I think it was 17. Okay, I'm going to go for 15 on the distilled. $14.5. 15.8. I'm going to go with 15.8. Okay. And we're going to see what happens. Ferment and distill. What's quite interesting here as well is that the relationship between the different alcohols, between fermenting and distilling, is quite it's fascinating. So cider and brandy, for example. The way it's portrayed. Wheat grain whiskey. I think we've done it. I think we've done it, folks. I think we're good. We can change the bottle to something a little bit more classy. Give it a nice red wax. There we go. Oh, that's the label. I want to keep my label. Dankeschön. It is green. It is, but it's seaweed whiskey. I mean, what do you expect, man? What do you expect? So, thank goodness for that. Right, now, let's take a look at the contract. For 27 units, that means that what we can do is get rid of the bad stuff from the bar, because we don't want to get a bad reputation there, and transfer 27 to plain and sip 14 to bar. There we go. Excuse me. I think we're good. I think we're good. Let's get this delivered. Let's blow this guy's mind with how early we are. Might even get a bonus. Oh, Frankie did some repairs there on the plane. Right. Ignition. And engine up. Does Cambria mean Wales? Cambria does mean Wales, but it hasn't meant Wales. It's not an old word for Wales. It was more or less made up by, or seemingly, the first attestation is by Geoffrey of Monmouth, a medieval guy in the 1100s, I think. This is something that happens with British medieval and early modern scholars, is a desire to have everything Romanized. So it's one of the reasons why you have things like the idea that you can't split the infinitive. So the famous one being to boldly go is apparently wrong according to these sorts of scholars, these sorts of minds, in terms of English and how it works or it doesn't work. And don't crash. Oh, okay. It's okay. There we go. Yeah, curse you, Geoffrey. So to boldly go should actually be to go boldly. So to go being the thing that you don't want to split, and then you describe to go as boldly. So it's these weird trying to make things Latinate that aren't. English is primarily a Germanic language, but also has influences from lots of other places as well. Words, who cares? No, but that's the point, though, is that so with Cambria, you have the fact that the Romans called the province of Britain Britannia, and you have the ancient Greek word for Britain, Alba, and scholars like that wanted a word for Wales, or in his case for Wales, because he was Geoffrey of Monmouth, and he kind of made it up. Cambria, as far as we can tell, is not from the same origin as Cymru or Cymro, which means land of compatriots, I guess you could say.
Well, as I said, I used to work for the Adley Bay Tour Company. I served as an air stewardess for a supersized luxury flying
Could she be
boat
good
catering food and drinks to my high clientele.
At the company?
Though all that ended when some bozo pilot broke the plane in a docking accident and knocked it out of commission. With the plane out for repairs, I have no work. Now I'm here taking my worries away while I try to figure out what to do next.
It was Victorians, but also there'd been a long-standing movement. So the desire to Latinize and Romanize things had been going on for close to 1,000 years. You need to remember that we call the Middle Ages middle because they saw themselves as an extension of the classical world. They were middle between modern and the classical world. So if you look at, most recently I saw some writings from Carlisle where scholars at Carlisle Cathedral were talking about how they related to the classical world, and people would sort of cosplay almost, being an extension of a Caesar type character.
What?
Or
You want to offer me a role with the barons?
so it was an ongoing
Wow.
issue,
I wasn't expecting that.
which
Sure, I
culminated
have
obviously in
some
the Victorian
experience
period.
with planes and serving alcohol, but I'm not sure if I'm all that cut out for such a gig. My last job was tough, but at least it was safe. But
Oh,
it
okay.
doesn't seem like I have many options right now.
She's not actually
I had to
looking
sell
at
some of my
us.
prized imported fashion
It's
and
like we've got up
accessories
behind
to
her and
stay
just gone,
afloat while job hunting.
Here, have a job.
I don't know what exactly you expect from me, but I might be kicking myself if I pass and end up washing dishes in some dive bar. Okay, you got a deal. I'll wait for you back at the headquarters.
Fair enough. There we go. When in doubt, she's drugged. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. When in doubt, blame the druids. Yeah, yeah. Or as you've written it there in Welsh, it'd be druids. Druids. Right then, talk to owner.
You finally showed up. I'm down to me last barrel.
Well, okay. What do you mean down to your last barrel? You gave us another few days, mate. We're early. Anyway, deliver.
Let's get this delivery started or move along.
Oh, he's just such a gimp. Gimp? That's harsh. Muppet. He's not a gimp.
Well, that's definitely on the average side, but it'll do.
Oh, shut up. I mean, it's not as close as he wanted to the alcohol, but still 1 bruise remaining in the contract. What are there? Oh no! What did I give him 26?
Come with a brew delivery?
Uh.
I'm not sure why you bother coming round here.
Oh. Oh right. Okay. Apparently, I came short-handed. Crikey. Guess we've got to go back and get 1 from the bar. Oh, sorry, I was moving the mouse there.
Really do the pre-flight check. We seem to be very low on fuel.
Quiet. Alright, up we go. Yeah, 26. I must have put 26 in the plane and not 27. There you go, 6 days. Not sure you can see that behind the logo. I'm going to have to try and find a place to put logos and cameras and things that don't get in the way of things quite as much. But it does say just behind the logo there, to the right, I have 6 days to deliver. So I'm like a week early and he's going, it's about time you turned up. I was running low. There we go. Vincent Price Wicker Man was a fun movie though. Okay. Let's go to the bar. No, the inventory. Let's swap 1. No, just 1. No, 1. There we go. Honestly, right, there we go. And then we'll exit. Go and deliver this single drink.
Check. We seem to be very low on fuel.
We're just going round the corner. It's all right. Here we go. Here we go. Back on the stick. And whoop. Don't need to get too high. Oh no, that boat is in our way. Woof. I am glad. Alright, enter the bar. Let's make this delivery. Grumpy pelican and pipe owner. What's his name anyway?
Come with a brew delivery?
Old Man
Victims are
McGee.
dying of thirst.
Yeah.
Let's get this delivery started.
Or move along. Transfer.
There's a bit of a bland quality to this, but it's acceptable.
Whatever,
That's
Trevor.
all the units. Thank you very much, Squire. We'll be in touch with it.
So yes, there you go. At least we're making money. At least we're not destroying the plane. every time we fly out. That's fantastic. Should make
Did
a
you really do the pre-flight check? We
pirate
sent you
movie
here,
about
you want
Bartholomew
fuel.
Roberts. Now, which one is that? Is that Part.2? Or not? Black Bart. Yes. Part.2. Here's a fun fact for you. The or D, I guess you could say, do, maybe, in another language, in Irish, possibly or Scottish, means black. Obviously, Black Bart, Barty. So Dublin means black pool, or black lake, I guess you could say. Lyn being related to the Welsh word llyn, which means lake. So Dublin, Black Pool, Black Lake. Across the sea from Dublin is a town called Blackpool, and I find that really quite cool. I don't think they were actually twinned at any point, but it just goes to show how many dark, watery places there are to be found around the Irish Sea. At least 2. Okay, cool, right. Exactly, yeah, there's a Blackpool, yeah. So Blackpool on the west coast of England, and then Dublin, Blackpool, in Ireland. YouTube video on Blackpool and urban decay last night. Yeah, there seems to be... I'm quite enjoying seeing some of this stuff, although some of it is quite depressing. But also, as well, it's worthwhile saying that I think possibly that same guy, when he came to Newcastle, and I might have said this already in a live stream, I don't know, but he made choices, shall we say, about which way he went in and around the abandoned areas. So one of the abandoned sections was a shopping mall from the 90s. Well, originally from the 90s. In part of Eldon Square. If he went around a corner or went down, a set of stairs or something, then he would actually literally have been in the heart of Eldon Square. It's always been a strange thing that you can just turn a corner and suddenly you're in essentially an abandoned section of this big shopping mall. But the implication is, I think you sometimes get from viewing the videos, is that he's walking through a completely empty, really depressing heart of a town. So knowing that about Newcastle, I sort of wonder what it's like for some of his other visits. It's just a case of he's just chosen a bad street, which is nonetheless interesting, and also it's a shame that it's no longer functioning as it once was. But it doesn't necessarily give you a full impression of what it's like to be in Blackpool or like to be in Newcastle or this kind of thing. Creative editing, possibly. I think just thinking about the Newcastle example, it was more about where he chose to start his shots and where he ended them. A few more steps and he would have been, a few doors down from the Apple store, for example, in the case of Newcastle. So, yeah, I try to watch it with that in mind so I don't get too much of too grim an impression. But then again, I also watch quite a lot of stuff. There's a guy who drives around towns in the US. So, for example, he drove around Flint, Michigan. And what he tries to do in driving around, he talks about the stats of the town or the city. He'll talk about actually how sometimes the town or city has been misrepresented in popular culture in terms of national narrative for the economy or for demographics. But also in doing that, he'll also show you that sort of that transition from, a well-trafficked area to an area which is fully in decline. So I think that's I think there's something there anyway in terms of how people choose to present this stuff. Before I go though, I'll just quickly head back to the game. I really like. I don't know if you can see here. I'm just going to move the mouse. really like these little rainbow water reflections on the dock, just sort of around on the wood, reflecting on the wood of the dock here. That's quite nice. It's a very pleasant little thing. And then I wonder if can you move the. You can't move the camera around, but I suppose the camera moves around when you're modifying the plane. So yeah. Also, the plane needs fixing. So yeah. Have you seen the driving orangutan? I have not seen the driving orangutan. Are you talking about? Was it James Corden? Did he used to do the carpool karaoke? You can't be talking about it drives a golf cart. Wow, I have to look into that. Right, guys, thank you so much for turning up. I'm going to end a little bit earlier than usual because I do want to go and watch some Dexter before bed. And then tomorrow I have a very densely planned day. And now we're not going to go now on Tuesday afternoon. We're going to be going on Wednesday morning. So that means that I can stream again on Tuesday evening. So I shall see you for streaming on Tuesday evening. I may well continue this game. I may play something else. We shall see. But yes, densely packed day tomorrow. Densely packed day on Tuesday. And then on Wednesday morning, we're going to go and have a few days enjoying Masham. Which just, it sounds like a, slang for like a rave, doesn't it? But I'm really not into Masham, that sort of Masham or mashup. Right, see you guys. I'll see you no doubt on the after stream, etc. on Discord. Until next time, do take care. I'm off to get my avenging serial killer fix. Bye.